Okay, we're going live now. You're live.
Okay.
God damn. Fucking piece of shit. What a fucking bitch. Stupidest fucking thing ever. Stream URL. I don't know. Guess so. Alright. No. What do you got going on? Oh my god, what the hell did I just do? Why is all my technology fucking with me right now? What the shit?
How do I access our page?
Just go here. Channel. Videos. That's the one. Why is all my technology fucking with me right now? What's up, Woody? We are here. We're just having some problems with our technology today.
How do I access
What is
our
this?
page?
Oh. Just go here. What are you drinking, Woody, man? Oh, you gotta mute that, by the way. That's the one. Mute the icon. What's
I
up,
don't know
Woody?
how to do that.
We do? What are you talking about? We are here. We're just having some problems with our...
I don't know how to do it.
Okay. Ah, Christ. All right. Cool, man. What's going on, Woody, man? Just chilling? Cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Yep. Coronavirus lock-in, man. That's how we roll. That's how this is going. Oh, yeah. We were just at Water's End today, actually, and I was thinking about you guys. Picking up some beers? Look up the... Oh, baby is sleeping. If I scream, will I wake him up? Bah! I think this beer is, like, old. It tastes kind of old. Well, that's a totally different beer, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What's this thing? Other half, Citra Daydream. Yeah, that's gonna taste better than this one, I feel like. I'm gonna dump this. This isn't really...
Hi, Kristen. Kristen says hello.
Hello, Kristen! Ask her how she's feeling.
Hi, Bumpy. How is Kristen feeling?
Yeah, she seemed to be up and about after having the baby, like, really quickly. Surprisingly quickly. What's up, Bumpy? Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Woody has headphones in. I'll just blow his head off then. No problem. Blah! Wake up, baby!
Kelly from San Diego.
Kelly, hey! Glad to see you. We've been waiting for you to join in and talk to us about Moonraker and stuff. Can I have a little bit of this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to steal all your thunder here. So we're going to dive into a Water's End beer pretty soon. I'm just waiting for people to kind of stream in. San Diego. Jealous right now. Sort of. As far as the weather goes, we're jealous. As far as the coronavirus, though. Yeah, not really that jealous. I heard you guys having it bad up there. Yeah, that tastes way better. I think that beer's been in there for a while. Looks the same pre-pregnant. Yeah, I noticed that. She did look the same as she did before the pregnancy. It's really weird. I guess like
That's awesome.
everything, like some women just deal with it better, like physically. Like, and Sandra was saying that like some women don't even display any like, you know, residual. They just look the same. It's like dust everywhere. Just the same like you know, form factor, I guess you could say, as as they did, you know, before the pregnancy too.
Yeah.
How's everything going in Virginia? It's good. You know, it's
I guess it's not as bad as it is in California from what we've heard. It's,
from what the news is saying.
yeah.
I don't really know how. And like my sister lives over in. The hell is that? My sister lives over in. Where is she at?
She's like south of San Francisco.
No, she's like in San. Well,
Like on the outskirts.
they were in San Francisco proper, but I think now, yeah, she's in south of San Francisco. But anyway, like, yeah, like they apparently she's like, oh, it's so bad down here, it's so bad. But that's because they're in a city, I guess. I mean, DC is bad, but we're a good 20 miles outside of DC ish.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're not seeing it all that bad, just because it's the suburbs, you know. So all baby, yeah. So when you get pregnant, you'll be all baby, and then once you pop the baby out, you're just all Sandra again. Yeah. Kelly, hope everything is good there though. Really don't like this coronavirus thing, man. It's getting to be a little bit annoying.
Yeah. I wonder how much weight we're all going to gain.
A ton, probably.
There's like a video on YouTube of this guy that walked through his neighborhood and during his morning jog, and he stopped by every single house to see what they had in their recycling bin because it was recycling day. And every single
It's all
bin
beer.
was full of just wine bottles, beer bottles, cans, nothing but alcohol.
That's crazy.
No milk, no egg cartons, alcohol.
And our friends across the way are playing Dungeons and Dragons all day, and we saw them start to check in beers at like 10 a.m. Like big beers too.
Yeah.
He was drinking like a KBS that we gave him, and it was like, dude,
Whoa.
oh my God, what are you doing?
Starting the day off strong.
Just with a force to be reckoned with right there. Crazy. So, yeah. But hopefully everybody's got enough alcohol here. I'm sure everybody in our chat is well prepared for staying inside for forever.
I know we are.
Yeah, we are. we're good to
Plenty of
go.
beer.
Good to go. It's crazy to think that like during all this, we have the ability to get beer from pretty much any brewery that exists in our area. I don't know how it is in San Diego. Kelly, let us know. But like, yeah, I figured it wasn't as bad. Shelter in place. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But like all the breweries here are doing like takeout orders, and some are even doing delivery stuff. Some even have like food to go, where you could just order food and beer at the same time and just take it to go. Or Aslan, in their case, they just deliver everything, I think.
Yeah.
It's right to your door, and that's fantastic. And I don't know how it is like out in California or like Arizona and stuff like that, like out on the West Coast. But on the East Coast, that's kind of how it's been looking. So it's good that we can just order beer from pretty much everything. Like we ordered Vail, and they're in Richmond, and they drove up and I guess delivered it somehow.
A UPS.
Just came to the mailbox. They shipped it right out.
Yeah, I think UPS has like lifted restrictions, or like there's some kind of like
There's got to be some sort
lifting of alcohol.
You can do alcohol now because
Yeah,
we're all
passing
fucked
state
up.
lines
Yeah,
restrictions,
there
yeah.
has to be something.
Yeah, because we had Vail delivered to us, and I had Burial delivered to
Yeah.
us. So
And we could theoretically get like Solace next week. I think Solace opens up. Ocelot, sorry, not Solace, Ocelot. So that's going to be cool. But we're probably actually going to drive out there anyway, because one of the winners for the 200 subscriber giveaway lives out there in Reston. So, I mean, it makes sense to just take it there, pop in on the way back, grab some beer, and then come back home. Bumpy says he's outside of the 12-mile radius of the places that deliver. Ugh, that sucks. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you have to rely on whatever's at the store? Or do you have a specialty beer place that you can go to at least to get stuff that's not Michelob Ultra, you know? Okay, here's a good question for Bumpy. Do the grocery stores in your area have craft beer? Like here we have a Wegmans that has, you know, pretty much kind of one of everything. They have Stone stuff, they have New Belgium, they have all kinds of Ouzel Finch. They have stuff that, you know, is around us, as well as mass-produced, you know, distributed beers. But if you go into like some giants, they still aren't on that craft beer game yet.
Yeah.
Like they're still not even there. So they have like maybe a Stone variety pack, or maybe like some Star Hill, something like widely available, but they don't have like something you would expect to see in the Wegmans, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to what all is actually open. Excuse me, what all is actually open?
Yeah, it seems like the only place around here you can get kind of like cultish craft beers from other parts of the country are in little bottle shops, little craft beer stores, but those are very few and far in between.
Yeah, but funnily enough, those are all open. Like Dominion, as far as I know, is still open. And the Black Dog place that keeps liking our stuff on Instagram and YouTube, they're still open. They're doing stuff.
Yeah.
So,
they got a ton. I mean, apparently Dominion's getting so much business that they can maintain every single employee.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But they do get some rad beer. Like they get their
beer.
can drops are like next level. That place is so great. We want to try the Black Dog shop next, I think. I do want to go out there. They're in, I think, Vienna.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Falls Church, Vienna.
So they're maybe a little bit closer, or just a little bit further. Same approximate distance, but they seem like they have some good stuff too. So grocery stores carry some craft, but it's mostly the shelfie stuff. Yeah, that's not great. I cry a tear. Most of the breweries in California are doing takeout orders, and about 50% are doing shipping, but only within California. Okay. Oh, but he's ordered AleSmith. I don't even know what that is. Casa Agria.
I've had them
Bear
once
Bottle
before.
and McKellar. Dude. Yeah. Duh. That's pretty good though. That's pretty good. Can you guys get Final Gravity and Dancing Gnome out there in California? I wonder if that's easy to get a hold of.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's not easy, but like as far as like ordering it, because it probably sells out in 2 seconds. But
I know Dancing Gnome can't ship, or they're not even on that bandwagon.
Yes, Kelly, you're 100% correct. Kudos to the breweries and delivery drivers. They're keeping us sane. They're keeping us all alive, or they're mostly alive, I guess. They're definitely helping out, and they are to be commended. I think almost as much as the nurses that are working overtime. It's just as important. Somebody was saying that if they were going to close the breweries, that they would become non-essential. And I was like, dude, if they did that, that would legit be prohibition all over again. Would be terrible. And it would fuck everything up so hard. People would riot in the streets. It would be so bad. So Virginia, actually, so when you buy liquor in Virginia, we have what's called ABC stores, and that's the Alcohol Beverage Control Bureau, and it's run by the government. And you can buy beer and wine in grocery stores or bottle shops or whatever. But then to get hard liquor like, cognac and vodka and stuff like that, you would generally have to go to an ABC store. Now, these ABC stores have been deemed essential businesses. One, because they don't want people flipping out and going crazy, I guess. But two, they bring in money for the state. So I'm guessing that, they saw that monetary system in place and they were like, ooh, well, we can't lose money there, so we might as well just keep them open.
Yeah.
But I think they knew that if they took it away, people would maybe go crazy a little bit. Crazier than they're already going over toilet paper and paper towels and meat. It's wild. It's wild out here. It's like the Wild West.
Yeah. Should we review the Water's End beer?
Yeah, let's bust it out.
All right.
We got 6 people watching, but I think that's enough. There seems to be a lot of distance over my head right now in this frame. It's like a lot of empty space up here. It's artistic. Okay, so there we go. Oh yeah, can you dump mine too?
You probably shouldn't say that out loud. Or you don't.
So, what has been your favorite beer of the lock-in period, guys? Just out of curiosity, I gotta know what you guys have been sipping on, what you guys have found to be a good beer. If you haven't already, you can sign up with us on our Untapped thing. I'm not very good at it, to be honest, but Sandra is a fantastic Untapter. That makes any sense? I don't know what would you call that?
I'm just consistent with
And
Untapped.
yeah, it's consistency for Sandra. Like every single beer she has, whenever she has it, is just instantly Untapped. Me, I'll go weeks without even thinking about Untapped, and then that goes away quickly. What's your Untapped? Type your Untapped in the thing.
I have no idea.
Sandra's. Oh shoot. I don't like this keyboard. It's real small. Untapped.
I have no idea.
You know it.
I have to look
I
up
have to
my
look
phone.
you up.
Yeah.
It's I think it's SDS 448, isn't it? It's gotta be.
Possibly.
It's gotta be. So okay, here we go. Profile, and then I do friends.
Yeah, friends.
Oh my god. So many people right now are drinking beers that error codes come up when you open the app. I'm guessing that's why. Oh, it won't go away. Shit. Ah, okay, yeah, it is SDIAZ448. So we'll leave that in the chat. And we'll leave mine in the chat just for kicks, because I don't... Who knows? I think this is it. Oh, God. I can't even operate my phone right now. I'm pretty sure so this is my name? Or is this my name?
No, I think it's not.
Okay,
The
you
one
think it's
underneath
this?
your picture.
All
yeah.
right. That makes sense.
Confusing. It's not very intuitive.
It is
either.
not very intuitive. What the hell? All right, so I left it in the chat, but it highlighted that for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, if you wanna, you can check that out. Go for it, man. Go for it. Check out what we're drinking at any given time. I think it's a little creepy, but a little cool at the same time, just like Facebook. So we are gonna crack open this 25.5 ounce. I knew that would happen. It always happens. Every review, it pops
Called it.
up. Yeah.
What is this called?
This is
again?
actually 25 and 0.4 ounces for some reason. It's a fat boy can. This is like a little grenade. Like
It's a little
grenade
stout.
can. It's not quite 32, but it's still as thick as a 32 ounce, so it's kind of weird. This is called Trip to Tahiti. Yeah, Tahiti. It's a wheat ale. It's American wheat ale with Tahitian lime that was brewed to capture the essence of summer in a glass. So it's 4.6%. And it's a wheat ale. There we are.
Maybe this will
With limes.
help us think that we're at the beach all of a sudden.
I sure hope so, because coronavirus got me a little depressed.
Yeah.
It's a little
Ooh,
crazy. Now he said we would smell the lime
Yeah.
right on the nose.
definitely.
Oh yeah. I can't tell if that's Tahitian lime or if it's just lime.
I don't know the difference between a Tahitian lime and like a regular.
I don't
lime.
think there is a
There's a-
difference. I think it's just they come from Tahiti.
Yeah.
Probably it. But yeah, it's
it does.
very.
It does kind of look like a Foster's can, but I think it's bigger than a Foster's can.
It's way bigger, but it does have the same sort of like fat sort of. How many ounces is a Foster's can? Like,
I don't know.
it must be like 14 ounces or like 16 ounces. Maybe it's
Maybe
16.
it's 20. I don't know.
Yeah, it could
19.
be.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like wider. Like
Yeah.
the circumference is definitely bigger.
Yeah, they
But
I guess people were complaining, or I'm not sure, but for some reason they went from a 32. They used to do 32-ounce crowlers, and then they went down to like 24, 25.4.
yeah, the last live review we did a 32-ounce crowler
Yeah.
from Dominion, and that thing was like, it just felt so big.
Yeah.
Those things feel huge. Like they're just massive. And with my tiny girl hands, they just feel so big.
I think this is a pretty good size.
Yeah, I think this is okay. Like if you want a couple beers, this is pretty much where you want to be. I think a 32 ounce is a little bit over 2 beers. And to me, it's kind of harder to crush those 32 ounce crowlers unless you got like 2 people that are really trying to drink a beer. Like it's beer time, let's go.
Crush it.
But crush it! But yeah, this is closer to a 22 bomber and just a couple ounces more, so I think that's a pretty good size. I think it's just the form factor to me is a little bizarre because it's just so big. It just feels big. If it was taller and thinner, I'd be much more into that for fridge space. This also takes up a shit ton of room in my fridge.
All right.
But anyway.
Well, this smells pretty good.
So just smell, yeah, it's got this kind of weedy undertone, and you can tell it's a wheat beer, but that lime is definitely like right up on the nose, right in the forefront. It does smell a little. It doesn't smell like a lime you would cut.
Yeah, it doesn't remind me of like key lime either, so maybe there is a difference between this lime.
Yeah,
and
it smells a little more
lime.
earthy or something like that. It's got a little. What's that smell? Maybe a little florally. The lime smell is different than a normal lime. It's maybe a little sweeter is what it is. I think it's sweeter.
Now I'm getting sweet notes in it. It's like it changes gradually.
Yeah, I was letting it warm up a little bit just to kind of let it do its thing. Nice head retention there. It's definitely got some stuff going on. You can see it. I feel like this one's going to be slightly tart, but mostly refreshing, with a nice weedy kind of undertone to
I'm
it.
afraid this is going to be sour.
Well, we'll see.
All right.
Cheers. No. It's not sour.
Mm-mm. It's barely tart.
Yeah,
Barely.
it's like really barely tart. Like that. It's okay.
Incredibly
one more.
light-bodied.
Yeah, the first thing that hits me is that it's really light, and this was brewed by Beltway, wasn't it? No, I'm sorry. This is brewed by them.
Yeah.
So they have another one that we're going to do live on the 25th that we're going to cover. That all the proceeds to that beer go to, industry workers that are help keeping us safe. All the first responders, all the nurses, all those people. You can pre-order the beer, and then we're just gonna put it on the channel because it's a good cause. My family has been personally affected by the virus, so I feel like that's an important thing to contribute to. But either way, they brewed that one at Beltway, which is a brewery. It's like a contract brewery. Well, they started as a contract brewery, but now I guess they make their own stuff too.
Yeah.
That beer was brewed there, but this one is all in-house. But anyway, getting back to the beer, yeah, it's this hugely light body, but and it is still a wheat beer, I feel like.
Yeah, I think because the lime is so
it's such a strong addition.
It's so powerful. It's powerful in a good way, but at the same time it's a very delicate beer. Wheat beer is quite delicate, so I can't get any like of the traditional wheat notes that you would get in the beer.
I would say it's a little bit unbalanced towards the lime side, but only because the lime is so acidic and so tart that it sort of takes over the lighter body of the wheat beer. If anything, I'd want this maybe to be a little bit more deep in body, but at the same time, it's like super refreshing. Like
it is.
It's really tasty and really light bodied, and like it feels like you could just drink and drink and drink these things.
I feel like I could just sit at the beach and on the sand, eat some fish tacos.
Oh my god, that would be the perfect or nachos or something like that. I want to be at the beach right now. Right now.
Oh man, this sucks.
Cheers, craft beer pourers. Cheers to you. Thanks for showing up and hanging out.
Pinot IPA. Whoa, what is that?
Well, I don't know what's happening in the chat right now.
I just saw Pinot. I guess it's an
Pinot
IPA,
IPA
aged in Pinot wine barrels.
In wine barrels, perhaps? Pivo Nipa. Pinot Nipa? I don't know. We'll figure it out. They'll retype if they misspelled it. Sweet. Craft Beer Boys got a nice haul today. Good deal. Good deal. What did you guys end up getting, man? I know you guys are up near a Treehouse, if I'm not mistaken. Are you? I think you are.
I wish we were near.
Which reminds me, we got to talk to you about doing some sort of possible beer trade so that we can get some Treehouse, because we know it's easier for you to get it than it is for us either way. And sending you up some stuff from down here that you can put on your channel. That'd be cool. Yep. That'd be awesome if we could get that done. Radagast 83, man. Hey, how's it going? 25-ish ounces for Foster's. Is it really? That's crazy. Because that's exactly the same as this. We got to check that out next time we're at the store. At least to hold the can and just like compare it. Because I feel like that. No, I don't know, man. I feel like the can is shaped a little bit differently though, because
I feel like it's just not as chubby.
Those. Well, because exactly. I used to buy those back. So like here's another story. I always have stories to tell on the live streams for some reason. So back when my first job, I was a grocery store cashier. And I used to skateboard from my parents' house to the grocery store to go to work, right? Because I lived pretty close. So I would skate through neighborhood, I'd go to work, and then I'd skateboard back home at like 11:30, 12 o'clock, depending when we got done with our stuff. And somehow I tricked everyone there into thinking I was 21 when I was like in high school. I swear, I was like just out of high school. So I must have been 18, maybe 19. But for some reason, I told one person that I was 21 at some point or something like that. And I was able to convince her, who then told everybody else that I was like good to go. And then everybody sort of just kind of umbrella accepted me into being able to buy beer when I got off my shift. So what I would end up doing is sometimes my parents would actually be awake, like when I came home from work. Not always, not a lot, but sometimes. I hope they don't watch this channel tonight. And so what I would do is I would skateboard home with like some groceries for the night, like a freezer meal or whatever, and bag of chips or something. And just like this, I would skateboard home.
That's how you skateboard. Wow,
just like that.
Totally fall off that skateboard. If that's how you actually skateboard.
And I did a lot, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And so some of this journey home was through the woods in these dark paths, and the paths are like these old sort of snaky paths through dense forest, right? Like the forest, Huntsman Lake behind. You guys know Huntsman Lake. Whoever's watching that's local, it's like a lake in a very suburban neighborhood with a grocery store attached, kind of like over there. And anyway, trees would grow under the what do you call it? The rubble, the asphalt of the path. It was supposed to be a walking path, but like I took my bike on it and the skateboard. And what I would do is slam these beers back before I got home. I would try to crush as many as I could just to get a
These are Foster's?
Sometimes I would buy Foster's. Okay. And so basically my long-winded story ends up being like, I used to buy Foster's a lot, and I don't remember them being this fat and like beefy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like really fat, thick cans. But anyway, that's another one of my stories. But getting back to the falling part, I fell a lot because of those stupid like trees that grew under the paths.
Like the roots, probably.
I would be going like fucking fast too. I'd be going like probably like 10, 15 miles an hour. And we're talking it's midnight. There's no lights anywhere. Just coming from the neighborhoods over that direction somewhere. And like I'd be like just like have a beer in this hand and a case of beer in this hand plus a bag of food, and I'd just be like hauling ass down these paths and just like hit one of these tree branches that are growing under the asphalt, and I would just keep going.
The roots.
Skateboard would go that way. I would go that way. Yeah, it was bad. I was a dumb kid. And then I remember another time, me and my buddy Joey we heard about DMT, about like drinking cough syrup.
Oh,
this was stupid. And like, so we went to the Giant and bought a bunch of cough syrup and like just like slammed that. And there's a park near that Huntsman Lake that we used to go to and like play basketball or like throw frisbees or whatever. And so we like, you know, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning one night or something like that. And we're just like all kinds of messed up on DMT, feeling like we're gonna puke. And I got this brilliant idea on the walk home to jump up on a fire hydrant and see if I could just like stall on this fire hydrant, like just like jump up on it and just be like ha, and balance on it, right?
That sounds like you.
It does sound like me because I was also like a skateboarder and stuff like that too. So like, so we were walking down and I see a fire hydrant. I'm like, there's a fire hydrant. I'm gonna do it. And like, we're all kinds of drunk and like drinking cough syrup. And it was just a gross feeling night in general to begin with. And then I try to like jump up on this fire hydrant and it was raining a little bit. And you can see where this is going. My feet, I got it for a second and then my feet slip out in either direction. And I just rack myself right in the middle, just on this fire hydrant. You know how there's that little like cap, the bolt on the top? It's just like thwack. And I was like, oh. Joey's over here laughing hysterically because it's just the funniest thing in the world. And I'm just like sitting in the gutter crying, basically. It was bad.
Now,
So that's another story.
did you go home with an Australian accent?
I've got a lot of interesting stories.
After slamming those beers.
With an Australian accent. No, I didn't get the accent. So their advertising campaign, I don't know what's going on there, but it's not correct. It doesn't work like that.
I haven't seen a Foster's commercial in
I know.
years.
Where have they been? Can you even... I don't even know if I've seen Foster's over here at the store. Really?
Yeah, I saw it there.
Yeah.
They sell the big chubby cans.
This light went out.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We gotta try to fix that. I don't think it's charging or something like that. Ow! Motherfucker, you. Oh, I don't know why it's out. That's weird.
Well, he's gonna keep drinking.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just keep drinking.
But all in all, I think this beer is super refreshing. It is a little too light-bodied, but maybe that's what you want when
I want that.
when
because
it's super hot outside and you're on the beach.
Yeah, this is a great beer for like summertime, for hanging out on your patio. I think they did really good, and it's a testament that I keep drinking it. I want more of it. I like the lime taste to it. It's not too much. It's not too tart. It's just right. I wonder what would happen if you put a lime in there, like a Corona, you know, and just
that'd be
added
too
more
much.
lime. You think it would be too much?
That'd be too much.
I don't know. We get another cable.
So what's everybody else drinking? I think we only got a few at the beginning, but I don't know if we asked. I don't think we asked again. We started off with an IPA, kind of like an oat-based IPA, and then we moved over to a wheat ale. So we're switching it up. And Andy's, I don't know what he's doing right now. He's grabbing a cable.
We gotta try to fix this light. I'm also trying to fix something else. Ah, I fixed it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Agave. Agave to the sweet ale.
Oh, that might actually be good. That would probably balance out the
The tartness.
tartness, yeah. I don't think they can actually hear me, so you have to repeat it.
Yeah, I think that might give it a bit less tartiness to the beer.
That might
Space Pony.
That might be like an interesting one-off thing they could do is like put agave in it next time and just see kind of where that one goes. Because maybe that would, you know, balance out that tartness just a little bit more.
This kind of reminds me of like a tequila-inspired like goza of some sort. Like this, I've had tequila gozas before, and they have like lime, agave, tequila, and this kind of reminds me of those. They're pretty good though. An entire growler from Sweetwater Tavern. What beer from Sweetwater Tavern are you drinking?
Who's drinking a Sweetwater?
Radgast?
Oh, Radagast? Tight.
Ooh, monkish.
Uh-huh.
I wish we had access to monkish beers, but they're
Impossible.
hard to find. We've only had monkish at festivals, and only
even
really
then-
even then it's slim pickings. It was like a race to get monkish beer at Snallygaster when we were there back in October. Apparently they sold out in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Something like 10 minutes after the gates opened, they were completely out of whatever they had.
Dang.
It's crazy.
We got it, though.
Yes. It was on my list of breweries to immediately run to and get.
To immediately run to. Okay, light is working. I think the cable just like wasn't. I think it wasn't charging when I was connecting it. So there we go. Trade. Chris Topher. Oh, I see what he's saying. Okay, gotcha. Lucky you. Yeah. Lucky. Monkish is yeah, they good, man. See, I hawked my Untapped, but I didn't even check this in yet. So
Yeah.
that's what my life is all about.
You
Don't
can
subscribe
tag-
to my Untapped. She
You can
probably
tag me in it because I forgot to check it too.
Waters, and I wonder if it's even on Untapped. Yeah, it is. Nice.
I wish we still had.
I'm gonna take a photo of it right on camera, and I'm gonna put the camera. It's like an Inception photo. It's gonna be weird.
We had this double IPA from Water's End. What is it? A few weeks ago. It was amazing, and I wish they still had it on tap.
The what now?
I think it was 1804.
Oh yeah, you really like that
Oh
one.
my god, it was so good.
That was an IPA.
It was a double
It was a
IPA.
double.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Maybe because it had a ton of mango notes in it, and I love mango, but it was really good.
Yeah, effervescent is another quality that I would say that this is. It's carbonaty. It's got a good carbonation happening. Okay, checked it in.
Yeah.
Dude,
VIP access at
get that
Snallygaster is the only
VIP.
way.
Get
Only
the VIP. You get it early too. He said he waited too long to get it last year.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Snallygaster vlog that we did? That's a good kind of a good approximation of what you'll get when you do the VIP. But yeah, like the first thing we did was we went to Cantillon, and then we went to Monkish right after that, and it was like there was nobody in line. There's nobody. Well, there was people in line for Cantillon for sure, but then Monkish, there was like nobody there at all.
Well, we ran over there.
Yeah, but I mean, we were still in there for like, I mean, we were there pretty early. And there was still nobody there. I mean, like, actually, no, we were like,
I think there were some
we
people.
were like 100 in line or something like that, I think,
Yeah.
just to wait to get in. Something like that. And then, but
No,
then,
maybe not even. Maybe like 60 or 70th person.
maybe, I don't know. I can't really remember. But either way, we got there kind of like not on time either.
Right.
And like, there wasn't that many people. But by the time we got let in, the line was wrapping around the whole block. It was wild.
Just to get in. And then
That was wild. That must be the best beer festival in the nation, I swear, because
Yeah.
like all from across the entire country, all the hot ticket breweries go there. It's like every single freaking one.
yeah. It's
So I can't
definitely-
imagine another beer festival that's better than that.
Well, we haven't tried any of the ones in Colorado.
Well, okay,
So the
but
Great American
but still,
Beer Festival.
you can't guarantee that the DC breweries wouldn't be there. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Since they're literally in DC, like they would just be there. But I don't know if they would go all the way to JBF to just
That's
do that.
true. You have to be selected or you have to enter in and stuff like
And you also have to have the money to go there.
that. Yeah, it's expensive.
So, but like I don't know. I mean, the West Coast breweries, I guess they have the money. Anyway, that Chris guy. Yeah, right. Chris knows his stuff. He knows what's up. I'm glad you guys liked it because it was legit the first vlog we ever shot. I think, right? Is it the first
Yeah.
one? The first
Vlog.
serious one, anyway, I think. PBR. That was my luxury beer along with Sierra Nevada in college. Hey, man, Sierra Nevada, we
Nevada's really
love
good.
Sierra Nevada. Like, I like them. I like them a lot. Partly because it's like kind of a honeymoon brewery for us. So we
Yeah.
we have this special connection with all. I feel like now I have this connection with all those breweries that we went to: Burial, New Belgium, Sierra Nevada. What else did we do?
We went through so many.
We did.
We went
It
to
was
too
a
many.
beer. It was a beer honeymoon, that trip.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was a beer
god.
honeymoon. We did all the
Like-
ones in Nashville too.
God damn, we went
The
to
Southern
the whole
Rest.
trip was just we didn't even go to like museums really. We went to one because I really wanted to go to the rock and roll the like rock and roll museum or whatever in Nashville.
Yeah.
But like mostly it was just beer all the time. Every day was a new brewery. We went to Southern Grist, we went to Bearded Iris, we hit up Hattie B's. That's not a brewery, but that was a good thing to do. That fried
Nashville
chicken, that Nashville
hot
fried chicken.
chicken.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I've never had that shit before until that day, and it was like so good. And now I have to straight up seek that stuff out now. Whenever I
Yeah.
see it, I'm like, oh, I want that. Yeah, let's see how they do it. Let's see how these guys.
Yeah,
do
then we were on this Nashville hot chicken kick afterwards.
for like 3 weeks.
When we came back, so then we were trying every time we saw it on a menu at a restaurant, we kept like ordering
Get
it just so we could compare it to Hattie B's.
Nothing compares. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it straight away. That was the best. That was the best one. The first for me, but also the best.
Yeah,
It was like 100%. I don't think anything will ever top that.
and also the price and the mac and cheese there. I remember it being really good.
That was
too.
good.
So-
Everything there was really good. Really, really. It was hot. It was hot as hell outside. Don't go to Nashville in July. That's
It's so hot.
fucking hot. It was so hot. Most days, I mean, we got a really good tans, and our videos look amazing. Like I look amazing because I'm not pasty like the doughboy in videos right after that time period.
Yeah.
But like, it was so blisteringly hot. We would like go out for breakfast or something, or like coffee in the morning, and then come back to the hotel to like shower or something, and then get dressed and go out for the day. But like by the time we got back, we were just sweating bullets. I remember one of those days, my skin just felt hot the entire day, no matter where I was.
It was sizzling.
Sizzling.
Oof.
You could just put like butter on my skin that would just like sizzle off. Crazy, man. Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is damn good. You know, I've heard that it is good. And we have a Wendy's right across the street. I'm wondering if we should
Yeah.
try it. Okay, here's a good question. I've seen a lot of beer reviewers, beer tubers, I guess they're called. I don't know. Reviewing food
Oh yeah.
lately. And I'm wondering if it's like, are people seeing a drop in viewership on the beer side of things? And when you start like incorporating frozen fried foods into your channel, does that bump the numbers up or something like that? But then the question is, if it does even, then you'd be associated with like food and not
Well, you
so much
wouldn't be
beer.
associated with one thing. You'd just be like,
Yeah, you're not
another
specializing at that
YouTuber,
point. You're
like-
just another YouTuber that's reviewing like whatever
Yeah.
is sent to him, kind of thing. Like it's just random. At that point, it's just random shit. Like the guy from the UK or Wales, maybe. I don't know. Real ale craft beer. I love the guy. He's hilarious. But it seems like 80% of his material these days isn't even beer. It's like food. It's bizarre. I guess it's interesting. Yeah, maybe. It's just kind of like
I don't know. I feel like that's
a lot of
different-
it's stuff that I can't get in America anyway, so I'm not interested. It's like a bag of chips or crisps from the UK, and I'm like, well, I never see that here. Or like some weird frozen meal or something like that, and I'm like, I've never seen that in my life, and I probably never will.
I think it's pulling two different
Yeah.
markets of people. You know, you get
Yeah,
your
yeah.
people, your foodies that are now being sucked into your channel, and then your beer nerds.
And I'm not saying
are
that
being
like
sucked-
people can't like both. I'm just saying combining the two seems bizarre. Business? Yeah, I mean, he's saying try Dallas in July. Oh shit. Yeah, no. I've got family in Austin or
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah.
And all they do is complain about the temperature in July. Man, I feel bad for you for going there during that time.
Ooh, yeah, you're
My
just
God.
sweating 24/7.
Crazy stuff. Bearded Iris. It is solid, Chris. It is solid. Beer is culture. Yes. It is cultural. It is essential, we should say. Everybody's here. This is great. Sherpa beer reviews, Super Sherpa beer reviews, and anything of interest. That's literally his channel name. Let's go to his channel. Oh, we can't. I can't do it. Can I not do that? Nope, can't do it.
We'll have to check it out later.
Yeah, we'll check that out later for sure. Super Sherpa. That's a crazy name. I like that. And anything of interest. See, I guess he does. Maybe he does food. Maybe. Oh, he's saying growlers are the way to go. I don't know, man. Like, growlers to me are just they're space consumers, you know?
It's
and
just
like,
they don't keep fresh for very long.
Yeah, I've never found that they keep very fresh. Even crowlers to us don't really, they're not the same. Like, we've gotten crowlers from other local breweries, and they just don't seem to last very long. It's not like we're waiting on them, like, for weeks on end or anything, but yeah, they just don't keep their freshness, I feel like. And it's weird because, like, canned beer from anywhere seems to last an indefinite period of time.
You would think. I mean, they use the same sealing technique and the same sealing machine.
It's just metal. It's the same thing. You know, this just screws onto this and it seals
so I don't
up
know why
and that's it.
Because I think one brewery told me that those last no longer than 30 days.
30 days.
Yeah.
And
that's pushing it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Probably less, for real. Definitely less.
But then if you get a regular can, well, that has nothing to do with it. It's just the shelf life of the beer itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think like breweries like Water's End, they're not. Oh, I can't. Don't quote me on this, but I don't think that they're brewing for a shelf life of like a year. You know, like some breweries in our area, they do that. Yes. And we know for a fact they do. But I don't think most do. I think the best by date on the bottom is kind of like, that's kind of what they're thinking it is, really.
Yeah.
And it's generally 4 to 6 months out, I would say. I mean, you really want to drink... I want to drink beer no more than 2 months. 3 months is pushing
90
it.
90 days
is like the absolute cutoff. But like, I prefer 2 months, 2.5 months at most. Just because then I know if it's going to taste bad, it's probably just a terrible beer. And not like anything I did about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could do better with that thumbs up if you minimize that chat window. If you're on mobile, you just X out. You can hit the like button and thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. That helps the channel out immensely. That's why I'm drinking all of my growler tonight. Again, that's the thing. I feel like you really have to commit to a growler and drink the whole thing at one time.
I mean,
you got to be ready for that shit. And if you got work going on, if you got 3-day shifts or whatever happening, and you just can't crack that thing open and drink all 64 ounces and like sleep the next day, forget about it. Like, it's gonna go bad.
A few days. A growler, anything with just a regular spin top cap is gonna last you a few days. No more than 4 or 5 days tops.
Yeah,
and that's pushing it.
So Kelly wants to know how long growlers really last. Yeah, like I think. To be frank, I think it's like maybe 3 weeks. You know,
almost a month.
I think almost a month, but like better safe than sorry, and I'd say 3 weeks. Given our experiences anyway, I think they start to go bad after about 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's generally what we've noticed. Now maybe certain breweries have different methods, different machines that create a tighter seal, or they're very anal retentive about cleaning it in a certain way, or filing this down. Maybe the machine files it in a certain way so that the seal is better. I don't know. I'm not really an expert at that, but what we've seen here in this area from our personal experience is 2.5, 3 weeks. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So that's definitely without opening them. Once you open that seal.
Yeah.
Finish it as fast
You drink the whole thing. You can't just put this... My dad likes to do this shit. He'll put like a wine bottle in the fridge and just recap it and just put it back in the fridge, and it'll sit there for like a couple days, and he'll take it out and be like, oh, hey, wine. Pop. And he'll drink the rest of it. And it's like, what are you doing even? That's the weirdest thing. I'll do it. I'll do the same thing. I'll crack a beer and drink half of this and then put it away in the fridge and then come back to it later that day. Because that's not horrible. I mean, the carbonation's still there.
Gonna go,
it's still fresh. It's cold. whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
And you can do the same thing on a camping trip, like leave it there during a hike or something, come back, have the rest of it. That's fine. But any more than like 12 hours open air, it's gonna start being weird, you know?
Yeah.
It's just physics at that point. It's just science. Once you open, stay committed. I agree.
Yeah.
It's like a marriage at that point, and that's kind of why I dislike large ass cans, like 32-ounce crowlers, because unless you have two people or you're ready to drink that whole thing at one time,
Yeah.
it's open. You know, like you got a 12-hour. The clock starts ticking as soon as you crack it.
That's
so.
true. And then you feel pressured. You're like, go, hurry up, hurry up, hurry
Gotta
up.
drink this fucker. Ah.
Yeah. That's losing carbonation as we speak.
Yeah. So, hopefully that sheds a little light, man. I don't know. I mean, like, it's just what we think. I'm gonna like our own video because y'all ain't doing it. Sorry. Stone the Crows. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Stone the Crows. I love that dude. I really do. I really, he's entertaining as hell. And it's got a lot to, Sandra was saying it's got a lot to do with his accent and like his delivery, you know?
Yeah.
He's just in his freaking kitchen. There's no production value whatsoever. He's just like, hey, Stone the Crow. Okay, all right, enough. Please stop. Stone the Crows. He's just like, this beer, he's always moving forward and backward, and like he's already half drunk, you know? Like he's always super impressed with like American beers too, which I find is interesting. Like he really likes he used to like the Brewdog stuff, but then he started hating on Brewdog, and I was like, yeah.
Saw those episodes.
They kind of suck now.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but like he likes like every American beer he's ever had, I feel like he's really liked. So I wanted to kind of send him over shit because he always complains also about how they're always like kind of old.
Oh, the American beers?
Because they're shipped over,
Probably.
you know,
and they're sitting somewhere.
They're
for
sitting
a long
on a
time.
shelf for another month or whatever after that. So you got to expect at least a 2-month lead time. The freshest you'll ever find in the UK probably are 2.5 months, and that's already like really pushing that date.
I have no
At least
idea.
2 months, because like it takes a month to ship it on a boat with all a bunch of other crates, right?
Yeah.
Get it out there, and these are again only for breweries that can like afford to do that. I feel like, so you know, ship it out on a ship, and then it gets to the UK. Then they stock it, and then it just sits there until somebody comes and picks it up. It's another couple weeks maybe. Yeah, I mean, that sucks.
By the way, there's a new show on Netflix called Bruise Brothers. Ha ha ha. Not Blues Brothers, but Bruise Brothers.
Zing.
I don't know. I just saw it pop up on our Netflix feed. I don't know if it's any good. It looks like
Anybody
it's a
watch that?
comedy, but I don't know.
We haven't watched it yet, but we're interested.
Like your T-shirt.
Huh? Oh,
I like
hey,
your
thanks, man.
t-shirt.
Yeah, this is like the most retro Stone shirt that I could find. I really like retro shirts. I've got a couple Stone shirts.
I love the design and the brand behind Stone.
It seems like we buy Stone merchandise every time we go there.
Yeah.
Every single, like, no matter what.
It's just so cool looking.
It is. That's one brand that, okay, let's talk about this. Let's discuss brand, what's the word? Brand hype, right? What makes a brand super interesting?
Brand awareness.
Brand awareness. Branding.
Yeah, branding it.
Like, so we have a couple breweries near us that seemingly are kind of dropping the ball on this whole coronavirus situation, where they're not thinking on their feet and not adapting to this new world order that we have going on. And it seems like all the smaller breweries are really doing it right. And like, we can't figure out for the life of us why there's so much money seemingly backing these bigger breweries, and they can't figure things out. And then you got these smaller ones that are like, they're donating to, you know, to charities, and they're doing all these cool things like curbside pickup. They were like one of the first to do it, and like, it just seems like it's bizarre. But we have a feeling it has something to do with the brand perception. Like, the logo isn't that cool. There's no like association with the brewery to a specific style of beer, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, so Vale and Aslan are both known for hazy IPAs. You want a hazy IPA, you like those things, that's where you got to go. If you go to Virginia, that's like a must stop. You got to go there. And there's none of that with, well, the brewery that we're thinking about anyway, or a couple breweries actually that we're thinking about. So the question is like, is it a brand sort of image thing, or is the beer just not that desirable? Or is it they dropped the ball on the whole social media game and like they just like, what is it? What makes a brewery special? What makes a brewery desirable? Is it other people talking about this brewery, then you have to do it? Is it like a crowd kind of mentality? Or is it just like...
I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I definitely think like the branding itself of that brewery
has a lot to do
with it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the millennial mentality, and that's how millennials think, and the boomer age doesn't think like that. Because I feel like there are breweries out there that have a terrible design, but
I can think of a few.
They have great beer, or
Right.
they're highly successful. So that's the one portion that doesn't fit. But I think it's a combination of the design, it's a combination of the styles of beer that they offer, and
I think the styles of beer they offer bring in certain clientele, right?
Yeah.
So if you have, I don't know, like hazy IPAs and like barrel-aged sours, you're going to, or whatever, I don't know. That's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Then you're going to bring in people like, you know, the millennial generation, the neckbeard dudes or whatever that listen to hip-hop metal or whatever. You know, hip-hop Britney Spears. And they eat hot dogs every day. That's the kind of people you get that drive Volkswagen, that drive Subaru Imprezas, and they have 2 dogs and a girlfriend that has blonde hair. That's, I just swear to God, it's like every flannel shirt wearing dude I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Which is, people are gonna roast me in the comments because I'm always wearing flannel shirts on their reviews. It's cold in my house. I can justify it. But yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, it's a combo of things. Kelly, I think, is right. But like, for you, what is it? For Sandra, it's definitely, first and foremost, the branding, the way the can art looks, the way that the brand is presented, the logo, you know, all those things, the font, all these design elements, all these design elements that you see breweries using, you know, instantly attract you.
The color scheme, everything. Yeah.
Everything. And a lot of money and time and effort needs to go into that, I think. Just because of the fact that, you know, that's the first thing people see. They're not going to drink your beer immediately and then see the can, right? That doesn't make any sense. They're going to come to your brewery, they're going to see the outside, and if you've got an awesome-looking sign out there, like the Veil has an awesome-looking sign.
Yeah, and I think some of the breweries
as soon as you walk in, it's like the Veil, and it's like these like individual Edison light bulbs that spell the Veil. It's like the coolest thing ever, and it's like it's tilted like a movie theater. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, it looks like
it looks fucking gangster.
Of like a old-fashioned, like, I don't know, like authentic 20s, 30s movie theater.
Yeah, I wish I could share the screen because I definitely have a picture of that. But yeah, you can Google it and my picture shows up and you'll see it. Like the Veil. It's really cool.
And they have a whole color scheme going, and
everything is very well thought out, and like
then everything's hazy, so it even fits the picture more. And they don't have your glasses; evering's given to you in a wine
it's
glass.
Fancy.
So it's
a long stem fancy glasses.
It creates the hype. It creates the guys with the man buns, you know,
yeah.
the beards.
The beard buns. That's what they're gonna start doing next, tying them in knots, and just there you go. That. But hazy IPAs are overrated on Untapped, while West Coast IPAs are underrated. I think it's just that they're not as popular. Is all it is. We love a good West Coast IPA. Yeah, if they're done well. I mean, look, come on. What do you think is happening right now?
West Coast IPAs.
But it just seems like not a lot of breweries really do them very well. You know, they'll do them, but it's never like a, holy shit, this is like so good. Like, it's nothing to write home about. It's just always the same sort of recipe. Stone is the only company I feel like that's doing different things with West Coast IPAs all the time. Like, they're figuring out new ways to innovate in that realm. At least near where we live anyway. That we can easily access. But they're just not like, you know, it's. Oh, I'm still reading up on this. Beer location marketing, artwork, community awareness. Yeah, it's a lot of different things.
It's a lot.
But like, if you hear somebody talking about Monkish, right? And you're like, I've never heard of Monkish. Who are they? And you Google it, and like a great looking logo and font and well done website, easily navigatable through mobile. Like it just looks well put together. That's gonna make me want to invest way more than if it's like a janky ass logo and like it's got the website's all cracked out,
website, yeah.
like DNS servers pointing to 3 different directions and you can't load a page or whatever. And you're like, what the hell? The merch just looks like trash. It's like I could get this shirt made in 20 seconds from China and import it for like less than the cost that you're charging me for this shirt. That's the sort of shit that like that makes you like, okay, I'll buy into that. Like that's worth it. It makes me feel like the brand is higher end than it actually might be. Like so, I don't know, but I agree. Community, artwork, awareness, location. That's a big one. Like
that's true.
We know a couple of breweries here that the location is kind of weird, and I can't see. Breweries pull. So breweries generally typically pull in like a 10-mile radius from their house, ish. So like all those people, they'll gravitate towards that brewery because it's close, it's easy, it's convenient. But if you're outside that 10-mile radius, there's much less chance that you'll go to that brewery and drive there to get that beer when there's probably another one closer to you that exists. So with a couple breweries near us, we've realized that like there isn't really like a housing communities super close by to them, and we wonder who goes to even this place. They have regulars, they have. Their top clientele or whatever, but like it's kind of weird. Maybe
they're in the middle of like nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. But then, to their credit, so is Hardywood. Hardywood Park in
Not
Richmond.
really.
They're kind of in an industrial district.
Yeah.
They're like in this weird bazaar. Like on weekends, everybody's there, but they also bring their kids, their babies, their wives.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the Creek Brewery is like out in the middle of left field, and like it's off like a highway.
But it's also meant to be like a destination brewery.
Because it's true, and they have everything there. I guess that's true, and you can't say the same for the breweries that we're thinking about.
Right.
So maybe there's something to that for sure.
Because I think there's also like the concept of a destination brewery, and you go there to stay there for hours.
Yeah, it's like a Disneyland for beer.
Yeah,
it's
you never have to leave.
Like, what are you doing today? We're spending 7 hours at this particular brewery.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why? Well, because they have everything we need. They got bathrooms, they got beer, they got food, they got games, they got entertainment, they got a live act coming on at 6 o'clock. They got all these things, and they have a puppet show for the kids, whatever it is.
We have one not too close to us, but the one out in Manassas.
What?
2 Silos.
Yes.
It's literally during the holidays. They even put out an ice skating rink.
It's cool.
Can you imagine after a
cool.
few double IPAs, maybe imperial stouts, and you're out there sloshing around on the ice
with these sharp ass skates,
with some sharp blades
on your feet?
Yikes! I
mean,
I don't know how they regulated that, but that's how much of a destination brewery they become, where they do weddings.
We were thinking about having ours there.
Yeah, they have a dog park.
But the reason we didn't do it is because we thought the beer wasn't up to snuff for our wedding.
Yeah,
that's how bougie we are. Right?
The beer wasn't good.
It wasn't when we went. Let's be real about it. It wasn't good. Now we've heard that it's gotten better, and you've actually been there since
I went
then.
There, yeah.
And you agree.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Their
I
beer
haven't
has gotten a lot better from when we first went.
But that first.
And also, I had a flight.
It's trashy.
And their flights came in like muffin tins.
Dude.
That was such a big turn-off.
That's so fucking funny.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it was bad.
When you're serving me my beer in like little glass shot glasses within a metal muffin tin that I could bake my muffins in.
Dude, like I'll bring my own muffin tray, charge me $2 less, and we'll be good. But I remember that. It was windy as hell, and it came these little plastic cups. And it was really hard to even just keep the beer in the cup because they were so tiny, and the wind would like throw the beer out of the cup. It was so stupid. That was the dumbest thing. But that's the kind of place that becomes more of a destination location rather than brewery. Like they focus less on the quality of the beer they sell, and more on the experience, more on the food, more on the ambiance.
Yeah, definitely they have like a barbecue restaurant outdoors next to a live music concert venue.
It's crazy.
Next to the actual brewery itself. I mean,
It's like Devil's Backbone, but
much smaller.
Much smaller and
but too many things.
Arguably worse.
Yeah.
I don't think anything can beat Devil's Backbone in that regard. I mean, that is just that's a crazy place.
Yeah.
Much love for that place. Talked to multiple breweries, and he said making a hazy IPA is a necessity. It is, man. I mean, it's a style now that you got to make.
Yeah.
And if you were too late to the game, like a couple of these previous breweries we were talking about, then nobody cares, right? They've already found the veil. They've already found the answer. They've already found all the other breweries that have been doing it for a long time, and they've perfected it. And then if you're just gonna like push out your little baby IPA, we just started making these.
Yeah, they're not.
You're not there yet, and it's gonna take so much time to get that. You're never gonna get that recognition, the same level as like the people that were first out of the gate. Okay, so have you guys ever had Heady Topper? Arguably the first, hazy IPA. I'm sorry, the Alchemist. Yeah, like that beer. We had it after. How many years?
How many actually.
Years? We had the
other one.
The other one, not the Heady Topper, but
Focal
the
Banger.
Focal Banger.
You had
right.
that one.
So, but still, I mean, it was good, but it didn't blow me away in the sense that I thought it was going to, because I'd already had the Veil, the Answer, Crooked Run, Stone hazy IPAs. I've had all kinds of other hazy IPAs that exist, and it wasn't.
So by the time you had that,
by the time I had that, it was kind of like meh.
They were good.
Cool, I
it
guess.
Just wasn't.
It's good, but it's like. It's good in the sense that like it better be this good at least kind of thing, right? Like I expected it to be at least this good, but it didn't do anything to wow me, and that's kind of the thing about breweries doing stuff like this is. You got to do it because of the demand. If you got those regulars that demand a hazy IPA, then you got to make one. You just have to do it. Otherwise, they'll go somewhere else. Yes, really, a muffin tray. Not even joking.
Yeah. Like one of those 6 holder muffin trays.
I got one right below the stove.
Yeah.
The same thing. It's just cut into a 6 one. It's just they just cut it and like welded it back and like folded it back over. It's like
that's the worst presentation
I've never seen anything like that
at a brewery. I mean,
I've seen some cheap shit before, but that was like over the top.
Yeah.
We have a brewery here that makes a great brown ales, and I wasn't impressed with their IPA. But if you ever need a brown, I know where to look. Good. Let me know. Send me that. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Definitely need that. If it so the best brown ale that I've had recently was the RAR. I can't remember what it was called.
Buckhead Brown.
The Bulkhead Brown.
Buckhead.
The Buckhead?
Yeah. No. Bucktown.
Bucktown Brown. Yeah. That was so good. And also weirdly, the Cigar City Maduro Brown is a house favorite in this house.
I was gonna say the Rocket Frog.
I really like that one. The Rocket Frog. Well, see, the thing is, the Wallops Island is really good. I really, really like that beer, but it's just harder for us to get because you have to go and get it. But when we buy our house, well, we've already bought the house, but like when we move into that house in September, we'll be really close to that place, and it'll be much easier for me to go there and just be like, "Hey, Richard, give me some beer. Thank you. Bye."
That's. Their brown ales are
incredibly good. But yeah, like easily accessible ones. Cigar City's Maduro Brown Ale is like one of my favorites. I've always been highly impressed by Cigar City stuff.
Yeah, I kind of want to go. They have this annual festival in Florida, but that means we'd have to go down to Florida for it. But I've heard it's the thing. Like people down in Florida buy tickets for it in advance. But it's
we should try to maybe do that.
Some exclusive Cigar City beers pop
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Bumpy says he liked Heady more than the other brews from The Alchemist. I could see that. I've heard a lot of people that have had it that say that you have to have it fresh. Like it's like even better fresh. But see, the thing about this beer that people need to understand is that it was an accidental beer. Like, as far as I know, they weren't meaning to make this beer what it was. It was just like this accidental like thing where they forgot to do a step in the whirlpool or something like that, and they forgot to remove the hops or something like that, and they had created this hazy IPA, and they were like, shit, well, we spent all this money making it. We might as well sell it and just tell people to drink it out of the can. And it's printed on the can because
Drink
they didn't want
fresh
people
by,
to
yeah.
pour it and be like, what is this shit? Like, there's something messed up with this beer. So that's why they say printed on the can, like, please enjoy out of the can. So people would drink it and be like, wow, this is incredible, but they wouldn't see the beer, right? At least that's how I have heard the story go. So maybe that's true. We just don't have the opportunity every day to drink fresh Heady Topper.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
We live
so
so far away. I think
fucking
it's like a
bougie. I
12
can't even imagine how, I've seen people on Facebook like, yeah, just sitting here, click, just take a picture of the menu. Just got barrels of Heady Topper. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just drinking one right now. No problems. Man, okay. Suck it with that.
Actually,
Give me some of that.
Not last year's Snallygaster, but the Snallygaster
Before that,
they
did
had
have
the
it.
Alchemist.
They did.
And that same year.
And at that point, nobody really knew that, like, who they were. I mean, it wasn't as popular as it is now.
Oh, people knew who they were.
Knew.
There were so many pictures on Untapped of that.
Don't think it wasn't crazy, but like it wasn't crazy like the Cantillon line after we left. That was like so long. That was Pennsylvania Avenue, the whole block, Cantillon line.
And it wasn't going fast enough either.
Nah, we could talk all day about the line and why VIP is so important. Get the VIP, dude.
Yeah, any local people get VIP at
just get it. It's worth it. It's worth every second. Nah, you're fine, Kelly. Don't worry about hitting the send button. Just keep sending it. It was supposed to be a big marijuana flavored beer from what I've heard. I didn't hear that. I just heard that it was like just a mistake in the... Yeah, Kelly, take it easy, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and like the video before you leave. That would be great. Yeah, I don't know if it was a marijuana inspired thing. Maybe it was.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the whole story. That's just what I've heard. I can't... Yeah, you as well, man. Definitely take care. Take care of everything. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Everything. And tune in next time. We'll be live again. True, I'll buy local just to see what they have, but outsiders have to pizzazz a bit. Yeah, I agree. And it's true, like, you have to entice people to come out to your brewery from distant lands, you either have to be us, people like us, or you have to be traveling through the area and just kind of giving a brewery a shot,
Yeah.
Or you know of the brewery and your friends are like, oh, do you like what, wheat beers? This brewery does amazing wheat beers, and then that's the recommendation that you get to go there. But only those three things you'd do that. I would never go to a brewery just randomly, I don't think.
We've done that
I mean,
before.
I would, but like I don't know people that would.
Really?
Not a ton. I mean, on the internet and through like, I know beer people, but only beer people, right? I don't know anybody that's not a real big beer person that would just be like, let's check out this random.
Not,
yeah, like that wouldn't be a thing.
But yeah, if you go on like us, anywhere we go, we find a brewery and we're like, ooh, we should stop by
Everyone, that one. Let's go to try that one. Let's go try that one. But I'm sure everybody in this chat does the same thing. I'm sure of it. I'm sure Bumpy has done this. I'm sure Kelly does that. I'm sure... Who else we got going on in here? I wish I could see Radagast. I'm sure he does that. Drunken One. He probably does that at some point. I wonder if Drunken One's just... Oh, we got 3 watching, so that's dropping off. Okay. That's okay, though. 9:30 on a Sunday. I get it.
Saturday.
Is it Saturday?
Yes.
See, I don't even know what day it is. The days are blending together. It's just so bad. Monday's going to feel like a Wednesday. Watch. Like...
Yeah. Especially because it was a long weekend for, like, a holiday weekend, so...
It wasn't... Easter got canceled straight up.
Well, it's
I didn't
tomorrow.
hear anything about bunnies or races or any sort of children's activities or anything at all. Nobody on the news mentioned anything about Easter weekend or, like, a shortage of meat contributing to, like, sad times at Easter dinners. Nothing. We're not doing anything this year either, like... We're not hugely religious, but it's kind of like tradition in my family to have like an Easter meal. That's not happening this year.
No.
So, I don't know. Don't know what's going on this year. Damn, 2020 bitch slapped us so hard. It was just like, you think you got everything good to go. Beat us all into the ground. Crazy. Go away, 2020. We don't like you no more.
We've only started.
Just begun.
Just begun.
I think it'll be gone by at most by summer. We can't keep things closed for that much longer, right? I mean,
Right.
look, Kelly's going back to work, so he's good. She? I think he's a he. I'm pretty sure it's a he. Yeah. Like, so, you know, if he's going to work, then we're not too far behind. Muffin tray. I can't get over that, man. That's so funny. They're much better now.
Yeah. They
But-
distribute now, actually.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. They can.
They can
That's
a
cool.
few of their beers, and they distribute a few of their beers.
I kind of want to. I hesitantly kind of want to get some of their beer and review it on the channel, just because I feel like
Well, we had that one gingerbread beer that was quite. I thought it was quite good.
gingerbread beer.
It was called a gingerbread ale. It literally.
I don't remember that one.
It was like an amber ale with like ginger and spices and stuff like that, but it was quite good.
Wait, was that the one we had like in 2017? Did we have that there?
No, we had it here. It was already a distro. It was a distroed beer.
I don't
They
remember that.
canned.
Yeah, my bad. I don't
Yeah.
remember that at all. Either way. Yeah, no, we haven't gotten any stimulus yet. I think it's hit the bank, but
It's
it
hit the
hasn't
bank.
cleared yet.
Yeah, it doesn't clear for a few days.
So yeah, we've already earmarked that money since the house and all that. So
We have it allocated somewhere.
it's already gone as far as I'm concerned. So as soon as that happens, and yep, we're buying a washer and dryer with it. Are we buying that with that money or a bed? Something. We're buying some sort of furniture.
We're putting it in the
With
pool
that,
of money for all the other
it's
furniture
just-
we need.
Tons of stuff you need. It's a crazy. Oops, sorry, doggo. It's a crazy thing when you buy a house, because like you're like, yeah, I got this big ass house. Okay, it's freaking awesome, and then you realize, oh, you know what? We've got one room's worth of furniture for our new house right now. Like I think right now we have. That's not even a room though. Basically one full room
Yeah.
of furniture, because
one
we
or
live in a
two,
2-bedroom
yeah.
apartment. This is just an apartment, so I mean, like, we don't have that much stuff in general anyway.
Yeah.
But like what we do have, it's like this giant townhome. It's like 3-story townhome, and it's kind of like, we need to fill this up with stuff at some point. But then you get caught into that trap of like George Carlin's skit when he was saying like, the only reason you should buy a bigger house is to put more shit in it. Is to fit more of your shit.
Yeah.
And then
You
once
just
you
end up
have enough
doing that.
shit, you buy another bigger house.
Yeah.
And that's the house upgrade process. A house
That's
is just a
true.
place to store your shit. That's what he said. And it's true, largely. I mean,
For the most part, yeah.
what else do you do there? You sleep and you eat and then you leave
Store
it
more
again
shit.
and store more shit. Yeah.
And buy more shit, and then you end up having too much shit, and then you
You
buy
have two, and then you have
less.
yard sale shit,
Yeah.
and then you get rid of shit. But then you buy more shit with the money that you made from the yard sale
Yeah.
shit.
It's just this
It's just
terrible
an endless cycle, man.
cycle that never ends.
But like with the house, it's even worse because you acquire so much shit. Like we have a backyard. I know, right? Crazy times. So finally have a backyard, but it has grass. I don't have a lawnmower yet, so I have to go buy a lawnmower. That's one more piece of shit that I have to own now
Yeah.
and store somewhere in my house that takes up space. I like being a minimalist to a point, but a house just seems like I'll end up with a giant tool chest with tools I use 2 times a year.
Yeah.
I'll end up with, like with a lawnmower that hangs out in the corner that I use for 3 months out of the year. I'll end up with all kinds of cleaning products that I'll never touch. Thinking the worst is going to happen with that oil change in Sandra's car, but I never spill oil, so I'll never use it. It just gathers dust and cobwebs in that weird closet in the kitchen or whatever. Houses are wastes of time, I feel like, in some ways. My hair looks absolutely mad right now. What is going on?
Do you have any more beer out?
There's a little in there. I tell you, this has got to be cold when you drink it.
Yeah.
It's getting a little weird when it's warm. I might throw this in the freezer or something. I know it's a little faux pas, but I do it. I'm a real human being. Don't judge.
I mean, I'm just gonna drink it at this point.
Yeah, I mean that's an acceptable solution to that issue there too, I guess. When we move, yeah, you're paying off credit card debt. Yeah, dude, that's it's super important right now. Man, just start now. Don't even wait for that money, dude. Like the economy, I don't know, man. We're in for a few months of crap. When we move, I'd like to just leave our crap behind. Yeah, moving furniture is no fun. That's why we don't own a ton of furniture.
Yeah.
That's the whole that's the whole reason I dislike carrying my life with me everywhere I go. I rather had just shed it, you know, and just start fresh over again, or just not even deal with. I know people that don't even own bed frames. They're old, just like our age, but they don't even own a bed frame. They just own a mattress and they throw that on the floor and just sleep on that. I think that's a little too much.
Yeah, no.
But maybe buy that $100 IKEA bed frame and just terrorize that thing for 3 years. And then when you're done and you got to move, just throw it away.
Yeah,
you know,
used it
just
what
throw
it's
it away.
worth.
You don't need to spend $300 or like $3,000 on a bed frame if you're not gonna like live there forever. I feel like that's not cost effective in any way. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, credit cards are definitely. I recommend everybody pay off their credit cards right now as soon as you can. Credit card debt, any sort of like car loans. Just you never know, man. People are losing their jobs left and right now. It's just scary times. So just cover your ass, you know. Make sure you got your savings built up. I think after this whole dilemma is over, we're gonna start seeing people with like massive savings. Just like gonna be good. It's gonna be good for everybody. So that's when the chainsaws get used. Yeah, what if I owned a chainsaw? Oh yeah, to cut up the bed. Yeah, and then you can use, if you have a fireplace, you could just throw the bed in the fireplace and burn it, and then it all comes full circle, right? It's a circle of life for a tree. Good times. Anyways, so we're going to end it right here. We've been on for a while. Thank you all for tuning in. This was a fun time. I know it's slow usually to start out, but we get it going after we get a little alcohol in us. Maybe next time we'll get some alcohol beforehand and start off, hit the ground running. But anyways, yeah, man. Bumpy, if you have not already, send me your information so I can get you out something. I forgot if you sent me that already. I think you did, but I got to double check. I'll double check. But anyway, we'll get that stuff out to everybody this week, probably. We got a couple boxes hanging out from orders that we had, so we'll try to get that done. And yeah. So for the moment, anyways, take care of your loved ones, take care of yourself, and until next time, we'll see you later. Thank you for tuning in. Good night, everybody.